Bristol Boy here, and today we are looking at the Alien Evolutions Ben 10 mod for 1.20.1. Palladium 1.20.1, sorry. Now, Palladium is an amazing mod. It allows so many power mods, like superpowers from heroes. This Ben 10 mod, there's so many, but I want to look at Alien Evo today. So in Alien Evo, these are some commands we'll need later, but Alien Evo, if you couldn't tell, is a Ben 10 mod. I love Ben 10. I'm sure a lot of you love Ben 10, or have watched Ben 10 at least. And it just adds the prototype Omnitrix and the Ben 10K Omnitrix from the original series. So, to craft yourself the prototype Omnitrix, you're going to need a prototype Omnitrix core. Now, I've set up here because this is the structure that you need to find a core. So, we're going to fly over to the cockpit, hop inside. So, inside is loot that's going to help you with the mod. So, in this first chest, not too much stuff, but you get these Omni shards, which we'll talk about later, and some iron. But where you want to go to get yourself the Omnitrix core is right here in the back. So it looks like, we got the red Omnitrix core. So in every one of these structures, multiple will spawn in your world. Each one will have possibly a different color Omnitrix core. So here I got the red one, and you just walk up and pick it up like a regular item, and then you've got the Omnitrix core. So what I have found out is if you're wanting more loot from this structure, you just break under here and there's chests which have lead, more Omni shards, Galvan scrap, which you also need to make the Omnitrix, iron, more of the shards. So yeah. You can also find stuff like titanium, which you'll also need. But yeah, you get all the crafting, can get all the crafting materials, I should say, for the Alien Evo mod. So we got the red Omnitrix core. If we just get ourselves a crafting table, we can craft up our Omnitrix. So we need 4 Galvan circuits, which you need 2 lime Omni crystals, some titanium. I can't quite remember what the final recipe is, but I mean, we can have a look here, I believe. Nope, never mind. So you want to put the red Omnitrix core, or your coloured core, in the middle, surround it with the Galvan plates and then the Galvan circuits on the outside, and there's your prototype Omnitrix. So let's just... So, now that you've got the prototype Omnitrix, you just right click and you've got it on your wrist. So, this is such a cool mod. So, to choose your aliens, you scroll. Oh. Okay, you'll see in the bottom left corner, right corner, sorry, all your aliens, but it should be showing there. There we go. You can get their little icon, and you just scroll for the alien. So before I do any transformations, because when you start off with the Omnitrix, it will be randomized transformations, so you might not always get who you're wanting. So to fix that, you'll want master control, and you just do /master control and then your name, and now you have master control. So if you can have a look, okay, we cannot. We'll go into survival. There we go. Powers. We've got all of these, and we also need to do /max aliens, then your name, and that's going to give all your aliens the max amount of points that they're going to need to level up. So I'm not going to have to do any grinding here. So looking at all the aliens, we've got the original 10 aliens. That includes Heat Blast, 4 arms, Ghost Freak, Stinkfly, Rip Jaws, Accelerate, Grey Matter, Wild Mutt. If you click, I believe it's F4, you can get rid of the blindness. Upgrade, and Diamond Head. So, each one of the aliens have a skill tree inside of them. So when we did that /max aliens, you can see in the bottom corner, we now have Diamond Head at level 10, which means in our inventory, we click on the powers, and we can just go around and unlock all of these skills in the skill tree, which lead to you having new powers, more attack, more defense, all of that stuff. So if we look, yeah, so Diamond Head, the first ability you get with him is Crystal Generation. As you can see, he has a crystal mana bar. So this will drain his mana bar when using it. You've got Pillar, just sends you straight upwards. One of his main attacks, and then what I believe to be, I think it says, yeah, so a defense mode, which gives him a shield and a sword, which is very cool. And there's no shift abilities or anything, but just holding down right click also fires crystals. That's quite cool. But what's really cool about the Alien Evolutions mod is the customization of the Omnitrix. So if we click B, oh, hang on, I have to unlock all of these first. Okay, so click B and then click N, and that decouples my Omnitrix. And then all I have to do is, oh, no, hang on, N, there we go. So this is how you will customize your Omnitrix. These do naturally disappear, as you can see. It just takes a bit of time. So, when customizing the Omnitrix, you need the Omni Crystals, which we talked about. You get the shards in the spaceships or different structures. You also get to design the Omnitrix with iron, amethyst, nether quartz, lapis, diamond, netherite, gold, emerald, and redstone. So I'm going to have a go at designing this Omnitrix, and I'll get back to you once I've made it. Okay, so I have made this. What I tried to make was the Omniverse version of Albedo's Red Watch, but the completed Omnitrix has a very different logo to, you know, the prototype and the Alien Force Omnitrix, all of that. So if we just right click and pick it up and then put it on our wrist, as you can see, it's now the colors that we designed. So by clicking B, then clicking V, you get the glow module, the primary color module, and the secondary color module. So if we have a look in here, we have all of these different modules. I grabbed the black one because I knew I was going to need it. But all of these will change your primary color, your secondary color, and the glow core. So if we do this, just right click to take it out, shift and scroll over to the black one and put it in, and then just click V again. No, sorry, click B, and as you can see, we've got what looks like the Omnitrix completed. But of course, because of the glow module, when we transform, we're going to have a black Omnitrix, which I think is quite cool, to be honest. But some may disagree. I think if we go as forearms, yeah, it sets the eyes to black. But, you know, you win some, you lose some if you're designing the Omnitrix. So there are, if you can see just above my hotbar, I have a 6-digit number pad, which you can scroll to get different numbers, right click, and it changes. Now that is because what you need if you're wanting to unlock master control or set up the self-destruct is you need the code tablets. Now, I don't believe these are craftable yet. So, if you do get a code tablet, all you have to do is just right click and then hover over it in your inventory, and it shows you one of the digits to your master control code. So for example, you will need 5 more of these, and they will all give you different codes for your Omnitrix. But because we did the /master control command, we're not going to need that. So as you can see in the bottom corner, if I click T, we have the playlist swap. Now there are more than just these 10 aliens in this mod, but they are still under development, so most of them don't have like textured abilities or animations yet. And to get that, you have to do Alien Evo playlist, your name, go for playlist 2, slot, and then up to 10 I believe, 1, and then it gives you a bunch of aliens. So, and there are some custom ones as well, for example Dragonoid. Now some of you might know Dragonoid. Dragonoid is the Bakugan, the main character in Bakugan. He is the massive dragon from it. He flies, he has quite a cool animation for it. The flying in this is really cool. But that's not what we're looking at. He also has fire breath, a flame shield, if you remember from the show. I think they might have names. No, they just have like the regular names. I'm not too sure what M does. So let's do this again. Alien Evo. Let's go for what don't we have? Necrophrygian, which is Big Chill in the Alien Force series. He does have the it's hard to see because of the black, but he does have a custom little logo. We have transform. Now, unlike the others, he doesn't have an Omnitrix on him. He doesn't have the colored eyes or anything like that. That's because he's still in development. All of these are. But it's cool to see that they've already got the playlist new aliens in. So you've got all the aliens that they have added. So now we're going to move on to looking at the evolved Omnitrix. This is the Ben 10K Omnitrix. So it doesn't have a holding texture, but it does when it's on your wrist. Look at that. So it's just like the one from the original Ben 10 show. It's the larger gauntlet Omnitrix that Ben 10K wore. Now, you can't craft this, and you can't get it naturally just yet. So, to get it, you're going to need to... Let me just decouple this. If you're wanting to keep what your Omnitrix looks like with design and don't want to go redesign one, all you have to do is /scoreboard players. Set Bristol Boy 48. Let's see. Here. Alien Evo 10k phase. Score 1. And that should, yes, it has now transformed your Omnitrix into the gauntlet. I believe there's a stage, stage 2 is the regular. Phase 1 is the 10k. Don't put number 3 because there is no number 3. It will crash your game. They are working on it. I believe it's going to be the Alien Force recalibrated Omnitrix. But just don't try it because it will crash your game. So I believe I have covered everything in the mod. But other than that, let's just weather clear because we don't want to end on a rainy note. So that's going to be all for the Alien Evo mod for now. I will do another video when the next update comes out. The developers are, of course, constantly updating this. When it first released to the public, I think it got 3 updates in one day. So there's much to look forward to. So with that, I will see you all later. Make sure you leave a comment, like, subscribe, tell me what your favourite alien is, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye!